Hello everyone, welcome to another guide. Today we're going to be discussing ethereal variants. These are used widely as travel mounts, but they also have a little bit of buffing and debuffing sprinkled in. The first that we have is Teleporter. Teleporter will teleport you forward using its ability. Holding the action key should allow you to see the place that you are teleporting to, but it doesn't seem to be working at this time. When you do teleport, you will deal damage at the point where you begin and the point where you end. Like so. Next we have Echo Variant. Echo does area damage while also giving you an increased damage buff to allies around you. This is very useful in group fighting situations. Pressing the action key does a little bit of damage and it gives you that buff called Focus. This will be applied to you and the dino that you are riding. Next we have Dimensional. These tames ignore water. Flyers can go underwater without dismounting you, and water tames and land tames can take to the skies. Using the action key will give you dimensional vision, removing water entirely from your view. By pressing space, you will take into the sky and will be able to fly on your land tame or using your water tame. Next is Spiritual. Spiritual are fast, with almost endless carrying capacity, and they do not use stamina when sprinting. Finding a spiritual flyer early on will get you and your stuff across the map super easily. So while not useful in fighting situations or as battle tames, they are useful to get from point A to point B rather fast. Next is Warp. Warp are similar to Teleporter, however, this will bounce you back and forth between multiple enemies. You cannot control exactly which enemies that you do attack, but it does pop you back and forth between all of the enemies in the area. Next we have Astral Variant. Astral, when you hit the action key, you will turn into an astral being. When you pass through enemies, you will apply Weaken to them, which makes these very good support teams. And while you are in astral form, you cannot be targeted or damaged in any way. Last but not least, one of the most powerful of the ethereal variants is Disruptor. Pressing the action key will cause a disruption, preventing enemies from being able to use activated abilities. This is a must for any lucky boss fighting, as it removes the dodge chance from lucky variants. The DPS dummies do not have activated abilities for us to disrupt, but after pressing the action key, you do see they have the disruption debuff on them. When an enemy is given a disruption debuff, they do have a 30-second cooldown before they can be disrupted again. And that's all for our ethereal variants. The next variant that we're going to be covering is going to be Guardian. If you'd like to see future videos, feel free to subscribe. If there's anything specific that you'd like to see, feel free to leave me a comment below, and I'll do my best to create it for you. I hope that you have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time.